कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण। So let's start it. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते वेदांत स्वामिनि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण जय जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद गीताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद श्रीलाभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। जय रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप श्री मायापुर धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा देवी की जय। जमुना देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदायनी श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की जय। सामवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदी। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru, Shri Gaurang. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So let us together chant our Mangalacharan prayers from the introduction of Bhagavad Gītā. Om अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining this evening. So we'll continue our study of Shri Bhagavad Gita. There are 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita, and we are on chapter 3. We are studying chapter 3, and we are going to do verse number 33. We are going to start from verse number 33 today. Lord Krishna is instructing Arjun about Karma Yoga. What is Karma Yoga? Connecting to Krishna through activities. Karma means activity and yoga means to connect with Krishna. So Karma Yoga, Hare Krishna. Karma Yoga means to connect with Krishna through activities, through our work. That is Karma Yoga. So let's read verse number 33 of the 3rd chapter of Shri Bhagavad Gita. Sadrisham cheshtate swasya prakriter jnanavanapi prakritim yanti bhutani nigraha kim karishyati. Sadrisham cheshtate swasyah prakriter jnanavanapi prakritim yanti bhutani nigraha kim karishyati. Sadrisham cheshtate swasyah prakritir jnanavanapi prakritim yanti bhutani nigraha kim karishyati. Sadrisham means accordingly. Cheshtate means to do cheshta, to try, to endeavor. Swasyaha means by our own. Prakrite, according to one's prakriti, according to one's nature, according to the modes of nature. There is sattvagun, rajogun, tamogun. Jnanavan, a person who is learned. Api, although, prakritim, nature, yanti, undergo, bhutani, all living entities, nigraha. Nigraha means to suppress, to control. Nigraha, kim karishyati, what can it do? What can you achieve? Translation and purport by our beloved founder Acharya. His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Krishna is telling Arjun, even a man of knowledge acts according to his own nature. Even though someone may be very jnanavan, the word used is jnanavan. Jnanavan means very knowledgeable person, very learned person. Even though a person may be very learned, everybody, learned or not learned, they act according to their nature. Sadrisham cheshtate swasyaha prakriter jnanavan api. According to our nature, according to our swabhav, we act. No matter how much knowledge we have. It is not that if someone is a PhD, one has become very wise. There is a difference between knowledge and wisdom. Hitler was not illiterate. Osama bin Laden also was, he worked in America like us at one point. So he was not some uneducated, illiterate person living in the deserts of Afghanistan. By material standards, he was knowledgeable. He was jnanavan. He knew how much jet air fuel is going to take to bring the Twin Towers down. So he was jnanavan. And he had jnanavan people working with him. The terrorists who attacked Mumbai in 2008, they were intelligent. They knew how to infiltrate through the security, how to come as sailors from Pakistan through the Arabian Sea. That requires planning and intelligence. To hijack planes and crash them into Pentagon and Twin Towers, it requires planning. They came, they went to Florida, those terrorists, they joined the aviation school there, got certified. They learned how to fly the aeroplane and used it for nefarious purpose. Krishna is saying, just because one is knowledgeable, don't get fooled. People act according to their nature. If the nature is that of a terrorist, if the nature is that of a dictator, a vicious person, that is what you're going to do. No matter how much knowledge you gain, it's not going to help. People act according to their nature. Therefore, when we get married, we should not get married based on qualification and visa status. Green card hai, shaadi kar lo. Nature. Swabhav. Very important. Money is there today, tomorrow it may not be there. But the nature. I have seen the most compatible couples that I have seen, grihasthas, they are the ones who have compatible natures. Swabhav. That is most important. Then even though there may be difficulties, financial difficulties, health difficulties, they will overcome. There is so much love. Recently, I took care of one girl in Piedmont. She is 36 years old. She has some genetic deformity, genetic disorder, because of which her kidneys are not good. And by the time she was 32, she went into complete kidney failure. And she was married. Both of them are in IT, Indians only, South Indians. And miraculously, her husband was a perfect match. They are not related. So he donated his kidney also. They are unrelated, but great match. So he gave his own kidney, one kidney, and she recovered. So, because see, if you take a diseased kidney from someone who is diseased, the success rate is less. If you take from a living donor, the success rate is higher. And she didn't have to go anywhere. She didn't have to get on the waiting list. Her husband was right there. Otherwise, years you can be on the waiting list. Husband said, I want to give. And they matched. And so I was interacting. She had some complication and she was admitted under our service. So I was talking to them and they're such compatible. They said, we have been married for 8 years. Not once we have had a fight. Not once we have had a fight. Such a smooth marriage. I was very happy to see. Isn't it? Amazing. So Swabhav. Swabhav is most important. That is the point. Swabhav is most important. Krishna says, Sadrisham cheshtate swasya prakritir jnanavanapi. Even a man of knowledge acts according to his own nature. For everyone follows the nature he has acquired from the three modes, Prakriti. In this world, Krishna has designed this world in a certain way. Just say, if I ask you, Saul Prabhu, you're wearing a nice t-shirt. I like it. What is it made up of? You will say, well, it is 70% cotton and 30% polyester. And then there are 2 buttons also made up of plastic or whatever it is. Correct? So your t-shirt is made up of 3 things: buttons, cotton, polyester. Similarly, this whole world, nature, is made up of 3 things: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun. Okay? If you see, some people came in America and they created this country. The pilgrims, they came from Europe, settled here, more people came, they killed the Native Americans, most of them, because they had industrial advancement coming from Europe, and they took over this country. Now it is their country. The natives have to live in some reservations now. And now we have come, immigrants. So these things happen. So when people come, they come from different backgrounds and they come with different natures. And these natures are acquired from these 3 gunas that I mentioned: Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun. Sattvagun means goodness. Rajogun means passion. Tamogun means destruction. So these pilgrims came from Europe and they have developed the most industrialized, modern, advanced country on earth, United States of America. They have created. It took years. Like they say, Rome was not built in a day. So this creation has taken place. Now all the software is developed where? Apple is developed where? Tesla is developed where? In this country. Correct? Practically all the medicines that you use, whether it is remdesivir for COVID or any chemotherapy medicine, everything is invented in the United States of America. 90% of pharmaceutical inventions happen in this country. Great country. They have created so much. They have created so much. Innovation. This is all happening in the mode of passion. Rajogun. Okay. Now in some country, I think Sudan or somewhere in Africa, Congo, big civil war is taking place. Americans had to be evacuated. Which country? Sudan. There is destruction taking place. Civil war. People are killing, murdering each other. Mode of ignorance. Tamogun. Tamogun. You go to India. You go to Gujarat. There are some people from Gujarat here. You go to Dwarka. Some sadhus are sitting there, peaceful. Some brahmanas are sitting there. They do puja. They read scriptures. They're happy. Simple. The generations after generations after generations, their family are doing that only. They will read same scriptures, Bhagavatam. They will sing songs. They will do puja. They will do some yajna, and they'll be happy. Simple. They will not eat any non-veg. They will live simple lives and they're satisfied, happy. Mode of goodness. You name any situation in this world. Mataji, name any situation in this world.
Poverty.
Homelessness, poverty. It is because of either exploitation by the haves or negligence of their duty by the haves not. So poverty is haves not, those who don't have resources. They either ended up there because of being exploited by someone or because of negligence. Recently, I took care of a homeless man. He was my age, 43. And he came because he had a blood infection in his blood because of shooting drugs, shooting cocaine into his own veins. So I asked him, and he's good for nothing. When he was anyway, I don't want to tell everything, kids are there, but just good for nothing fellow, lifelong criminal, in and out of jail, incarcerated many times, career criminal basically. He has done all sorts of felonies. So I asked him, how did you end up like this? So in 5 minutes, he told me his whole story. How in school he got into drugs, bad company, and then, his crimes kept on getting more and more severe. First he was stealing, then he was mugging, then he did everything else also, including so many things. So either he has made wrong choices, mode of ignorance, mode of passion, mainly ignorance, doing drugs, becoming intoxicated, and that's why they end up in poverty, they end up homeless, or somebody in the mode of passion and ignorance has exploited them. You see, somebody has exploited somebody for greed or out of wickedness. Wickedness is ignorance, greed is passion. Someone goes and does food for life for them, mode of goodness. You see, anything that is happening in this world, it is somebody running for re-election. I want to be the president again, mode of passion. You name anything, you name any situation in this world, it can be analyzed based on these three modes: goodness, passion, ignorance. Sattva-gun, Rajogun, Tamo-gun. Just like that t-shirt is made up of cotton, polyester, and buttons, this whole world is made up of goodness, passion, and ignorance. It's available. We cannot see it. Think of it like this. There are 3 Wi-Fi in this house. You cannot see them, but they exist. And whatever you do, some Wi-Fi are very slow. Second Wi-Fi is medium. Third Wi-Fi is super fast. What is a blast? Like that. Now it depends which Wi-Fi you plug into. With your device, you have the ability to select any of those 3 Wi-Fi. Correct? Similarly, there are 3 modes of material nature in this world. We cannot see them. We cannot taste them. We cannot hear them. We cannot smell them. We cannot touch them. But they are very much existing. We can perceive the effect. Now see, I have gone live on Zoom. Some devotees could not come, so they want to hear on Zoom. I am able to do this because this computer is connected to Wi-Fi. Can you see Wi-Fi? Can you touch it? No. But it is so real that in real time, all these devotees are able to see and hear what is happening here. Similarly, we may not be able to see the modes of nature. We may not be able to touch them, hear them, but these modes are everywhere. Now it is up to us which mode of material nature we want to tap into. Are you understanding, Sal? So which mode do you think is better? Goodness, passion, or ignorance? Very good. It sounds good, right? Goodness. Sattva gun. We have to make an active choice, put the password for Sattva gun and connect to Sattva gun. The nature of this world is default network is ignorance and passion. Because previously many times the computer has connected to, it's the favorite Wi-Fi, home Wi-Fi, ignorance and passion. Many times you have connected to that. But now there is a new network, new Wi-Fi called as goodness. Now we have to remember the password and log into it, because by default the computer is going into passion and ignorance. Because of Purva Abhyas, previous conditioning. Previously we have done it many times. I'll tell you an example. We used to live in East Cobb. I work at Piedmont, Atlanta in Buckhead. After we moved into the new house in Cumming here, to be with all of you. 3 days, first 3 days, I took I-75 north towards East Corp. And then I would remember, I have to take 400 north. Then I would have, So every day my wife would ask me, Radha would ask me, so how much time it takes from to the new house from Piedmont? Because she was worried because I'm very far. So I cannot tell you because I took a wrong way. Tomorrow I promise I'll take 400 north instead of I-75 north. Why? For 8 years I had taken I-75 north because we lived in that old house 8 years. It was a habit. Same hospital I've been working. So habit. Come out of the parking lot, come on to Collier Road, take I-75 north. It was such a habit. 3 days I made a mistake. In spite of putting GPS. Amarendra Prabhu? Amarendra says GPS means Guru Parampara system. We are supposed to listen to Guru Parampara system. But we ignore Guru Parampara system. We just, because of conditioning. We are habituated to doing the wrong choices. So what do we learn today from Bhagavad Gītā? Anything that happens, somebody yells at us. We should not tell them, but we should understand this is mode of ignorance. Somebody is behaving very, hey, jaldi karo, come on fast, what is doing? Come on fast. Mode of passion. Mode of passion. Okay? Somebody is very nice, very thoughtful, very polite, very kind, very compassionate. Mode of goodness. Mode of goodness. And we should try to be in mode of goodness. We have to make a conscious choice. This world is made up of like that. We have to choose mode of goodness. So people behave according to the modes they have acquired because of previous activity, previous choices. Previously, many times taken I-75 north, I-75 north, I-75 north. So now I don't want to take I-75 north. I have put 400 north, but I will take I-75 north. So what is the thing now? Should I give up? Forget it. I am going to now just live in the old house only, which is occupied by somebody else. Chalega aisa? Nahi chalega. Nahi chalega. Cannot do that. So what is the solution? We have to keep trying. Keep trying. Not give up. We will make mistakes. All of us will make mistakes. Now, after going from here, we will act in mode of passion and ignorance. Even though we don't want to. Today we have decided we want to be in the mode of goodness. We want to be sattvic. We want to be saintly. But we will all make mistakes. Should we get disappointed? Should we get discouraged, disheartened, and give up? No, we should not give up. Remember this example. 3 days I made mistake, but from 4th day onwards, I didn't make. Now, it's a habit. 400 north. Okay, it's 1 month now, more than 1 month probably, like that. So, we act according to how, look at the translation. Everyone follows the nature he has acquired from the 3 modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance. So we should not get disappointed. Previously, many wrong choices we have made, but now we are going to make the right choice. And when you make the right choice multiple times, then the right choice will become the default setting. Then naturally we will make the right choice. What can repression accomplish? Nigraha kim karishyati. Krishna says, what can repression accomplish? Repression means artificially suppressing. Marathit manto na, man naka maru. My mother used to say, mother-in-law. Whenever I used to go to my mother-in-law's house, she would make my favorite dish, paneer biryani with raita. You like paneer biryani? With nice raita? Yummy for the tummy. So she knows my favorite is paneer biryani. Okay? So she used to make. And I used to take 1 full plate, 2nd full plate, and then she knew I can have 3 plates full. She used to bring, I was saying, no, bas. Trying to, be decent. I used to come from the hostel, I used to be hungry for home food. But she used to say, take. I said, no, bas, enough. That's enough. She said, no, man no maru. She knew that my heart is there. I want more. But I'm just artificially saying, no, it's okay. What will happen? I'll say, no, and then at night I will come open the fridge. And so eat to your full satisfaction. So Krishna is saying, what can repression accomplish? Now, if somebody tells me that if you take the third helping of paneer biryani, tonight you will get acidity. All night you will not be able to sleep. Jalan hogi. Acid reflux hoga. Hare Krishna. And then you are trying to lose weight. Ādi Gadādhara, look. Now this kurta is too tight. So if you take the third helping, you will keep gaining weight. So better you skip. Anyway, you are going to sleep now after dinner. There's nothing like negative calories. Huh? Prabhuji, when I come to Prabhuji's house, he forces me to eat. Then I say, Chaitanya Prabhu, bas ho gaya, abhi nahi chahiye. I said, nahi, isme kuch nahi, buttermilk, it's negative calories. I'm counting my calories. Prabhuji said, it's negative calories. Watermelon juice, negative calories. Huh? What? It has calories. Huh? You should tell Prabhuji. He loves me. He loves me so much. He wants me to eat out of love. So if someone tells me, no, one plate of paneer biryani, 300, 400 calories. You're going to sleep. You don't need so many calories. You already ate 2 helpings. Leave it now. You'll become fat. You will get acidity. Then I will say, okay, I don't want. Now I don't want. Pehle kaisa tha? I want, but just to look like a gentleman, I'm saying, nahi chahiye. But I want. Somebody told me, so she only told me once. So I said, nahi, enough, mummy, enough, nahi chahiye. And she would give me. I said, why you are giving when I'm saying no? She said, because you are saying like this, nahi chahiye. If you really didn't want, you take the plate and nahi chahiye. But you're keeping the plate, nahi chahiye. That means I know you want. So, nigraha kim karishyati? What can artificial repression accomplish? So how do we actually overcome bad habits? Not by artificially repressing them, but by vivek buddhi. Understanding this is going to cause acidity at night. Understanding this is going to make me fat. Then you don't want it. Nahi chahiye. It will cause more harm. You will take 2 helpings only, but eat them slowly and relish them. Half an hour. So you feel satisfied. Eat fast, then you end up eating more. So eat slowly, chew nicely, talk, relish it, then you're satisfied with less food. So nigraha kim karishyati. Artificially we cannot suppress. We cannot say no. Better is to develop vivek buddhi. Vivek buddhi means spiritual intelligence. Yes, here, by which we don't want to make the wrong choice. Even though the wrong, so tyag means what? Tyag means, wow, this casino is so nice. People are so happy. What a beautiful billboard. Come to this casino and enjoy Labor Day weekend. So nice. I wish I could go. Oh, but what to do? Paisa hi nahi hai. You know? That is called tyag. Ki, theek hai, we want it, but either we cannot afford it or we think, what will a family members say? They will criticize me if I go to a casino. So I will not go. Sukh buddhi is there. That there is happiness. I want to go, but somehow I cannot go. That is called tyag. You give it up. But we think it is good. Vairagya means you see the casino and you do have no attraction for it. Understand the difference between tyag and vairagya? Krishna is saying artificially you cannot do tyag. Nigraha kim karishyati. Artificially repressing your feelings will not be sustainable. But if you develop intelligence and you understand why that thing is not good and you make a conscious choice, I don't want it, then you will sustain. See, during my residency at Emory, we used to do, during behavioral medicine rotation, we used to work with Alcoholics Anonymous. Have you heard of Alcoholics Anonymous? Alcoholics Anonymous is an organization to help alcoholics get de-addicted. And they have a very unique philosophy. And it works. It is time-tested, evidence-based, proven. The alcoholic is first made to admit that I have a problem. Because most of the times people are in denial. I have no problem. So first you admit. And I have sat in those meetings, Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. They tell you their story. The alcoholic will tell, I was maybe 18 years old when I first had my beer. We had gone to the Brave Stadium and I was watching a game and I had some beer with my friends and it felt cool. It felt good. Then, at a graduation party, I had some wine. Then on the weekends, when I went to the hostel, I had some money. I used to work in a restaurant and I used to serve it. I used to watch people enjoy. So on the weekends, even I would buy with my own money and drink alcohol. And I really liked it. It made me feel cool. And then every evening I used to drink it after work. And then I needed it every morning as an eye-opener. And that's when I got DUI. And I went to jail and my license was suspended. And then this and that. And they tell their whole tragic story. How alcohol ruined their life. Life after life. So many examples I've seen. It starts with a can of beer at a game in a stadium. Believe me, nobody is born drinking a liter of vodka. They get there eventually, but it's repeatedly making wrong choices. So first step is to admit, I have a problem. I cannot give up this alcohol. Now, believe it or not, even though we live in a secular world, secular country, in Alcoholics Anonymous, they make you pray to God. First step is they have multiple steps, I think 9 or 10 steps. First step is you admit that you have a problem. Then you admit that you cannot solve the problem by yourself. That's why you are there. You have addiction. You cannot do it by yourself. Next step is now you pray to God for help. Pray to someone higher than you. And this works. You can try so many medicines to de-addict them, doesn't work. But Alcoholics Anonymous works. Thousands of people have become free from that addiction by this method. What is the first step? I have a problem. Second, I cannot solve this problem by myself. I need help. And third, I want to pray to God, someone who is higher, to please help me. This is the whole bhakti process. I am stuck in this world. I am stuck in this world. I cannot free myself. Kripaya tava pada pankaja sthita dhuli sadrisham. This is bhakti siddhanta. This is what we follow in bhakti. So like that, we have to not artificially repress. It will not be sustainable. But if we, through reading Bhagavad, through chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Through reading Bhagavad Gītā, by hearing satsang, by chanting Harinam, we get spiritual strength. We get spiritual intelligence, Vivek Buddhi. Based on that, if we analyze and we understand, I don't want this. This is not good for me. Then we are successful. Understand the difference between artificially saying no? There was a boy called Ajamil. The story is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. He was a Brahman. And his father had Shaligram Shila. How Prabhuji has 2 Shaligram Shilas there, you should take darshan. Shaligram Shila. And every day the father would worship Shaligram Shila. So he would tell his children, how many children are helping their parents in the house? Ayansh, are you helping your parents in the house? Sia? She was like this. Yes, are you helping? Or should I ask your mama? Helping? Sal, helping? I know you help. Helping? Honest boy. Helping? Sometimes? Sometimes. So Ajamil used to help. His father would send him, go get tulsi leaves, go get flowers from the forest, get kusha grass for puja, like that. But then he met some bad people in the forest. He met 2 bad people, made bad friends, and then his whole life got ruined. He started eating meat, he started intoxicating, started gambling, became completely corrupt. He used to borrow money from people and not give. He used to borrow money and lend that money to somebody else. He used to, what is it called? Default. Default on his payments. Bankruptcy. He used to file for bankruptcy every day. And he used to torture and exploit people who had taken money from him. He used to charge them a very high interest rate. Like that. He was badmash. He was a very corrupt person. And he did that for many decades. And there was no hope for him. He was going to go and be punished by Yamraj. But then some devotees came to the village, some sadhus. And they were going to have nice Bhagavad Saptaha in that village. They did. And when they were leaving, it was night. So they wanted to spend one night in the village. So they asked some village boys, boys were playing, naughty boys were playing, like Ayansh. They were playing gilli danda. So the sadhus asked, is there some place where we can stay? In those days, there were no hotels. No? You have to find some householder, some grahastha to stay in their house. Is there anybody here who likes to serve guests? Atithi sevak? Is there some atithi sevak? Some person who likes to serve guests in this village? So out of jest, out of masti, out of naughtiness, the boys said, yes, yes, there is Ajamil Prabhu. You all should stay in his house. He's very nice. He loves to take care of guests. You know how kids are naughty. Very naughty. So the sadhus, they didn't know. Hare Krishna. Please come. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Please have a seat. Hare Krishna.
Sorry to get late.
No problem, no problems. So happy you all came. So these children, they made out of fun, they told that go and stay in that house. So the sadhus, very faithfully, they went to the house of Ajamil. Ajamil had gone for stealing. Because it was evening, na? Every night he used to go and steal. So Ajamil had gone for stealing. He was not, his wife was alone at home. And wife was pregnant. So wife was very nice. She said, okay, no problem. You have come now. Ajamil Prabhu is not there. He's out. He will come in the morning. He's working night shift. But all of you can stay. Sadhus, they will not enter the house. They are sannyasis. So you stay in the front yard. In the front yard of the house. She sprinkled water in the front yard. So it will be nice and cool and clean. The dust will settle down. She gave them some wood to light fire. She gave them some rice, some dal, so they can cook their dinner. And she said, anything else you need, you please tell me. So the sadhus, they felt very nice that this pregnant lady, she's difficult for her to move around. Still, she came and helped us. She's so hospitable. So they spent the night. They made prasad at night. They offered it to Krishna, ate it. They slept there. Morning, they cleaned everything. And they were ready to leave in the morning. So this Ajamil's wife, she comes and she offers pranams to the sadhus. You are going, my pranams to you. Sadhus thought we should do something for her. She has been such a good host. What can we do? So they told her, Beti, ek kaam karna. My dear daughter, do us one favor. You are pregnant. We can see you are pregnant. We give you blessings that by the blessings of Lord Krishna, you will get a boy. You name him Narayan. Itna karna. To aapka uddhar ho jayega. And they left. Then Ajamil came, finishing his night shift. He had gone stealing. He came with the loot. And the wife told what happened. Yesterday, some sadhus came. And they stayed in our courtyard. And morning, when they were leaving, they said that we will get a boy. And we should name him Narayan. Ajamil said, whatever. Doesn't matter. Whatever you want to name, you name. No problem. So then the child was born. He was named Ajamil. He was named Narayan. And when Ajamil was dying at the age of 88, he was on his deathbed, about to die. A true story. It happened near Kanpur many, many years ago. So when he was about to die, he had 10 children. The 10th child was Ajamil. Youngest. Youngest child was Narayan. And all others had gone out. They had already left the house. Only one child was remaining at home. That was Narayan. So Ajamil was dying, and at the time of death, there are so many problems. We feel thirsty, we feel afraid. So he called his son, Narayan, beta idhar aao. So his last word was Narayan. Helplessly he called his son, Narayan. And he died. Now he had committed sins with his body, with his mind, and with his words. He had lied. He had devised evil plans of stealing. And with his body, he used to even burglarize people. He would rob people. So with his body, his mind, and his words, he had committed sins. So 3 Yamdutas came to punish him. They will take him and they take to different hellish planets depending on what crime we have committed. Like here also, if there's a small crime, they will take you to a low intensity jail. Someone is a very hardened criminal, they will go to high security jail. And someone is he has a history of escaping from the jail, then they'll put him in solitary confinement. So it depends. So similarly, there are different types of hells that are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. So they were going to take him to a hell and punish him. So the soul goes along with a yatana sharir. How we have this gross body, in hell we get something called as Yatana Sharir. It's a special body designed to suffer. That body doesn't die until the term is over. They beaten, whipped, boiled in oil, put in fire, thrown from hills. But the body doesn't die, only suffers. It's called Yatana Sharir. It is given like that. And see, even in this world, I have seen sometimes patients, they suffer so much. I had one patient when I was in KEM hospital in Bombay. She was a school teacher and she had a disease called as ulcerative colitis. The whole large colon gets inflamed, and the treatment is, if medicines don't work, the whole colon has to be removed. So her entire colon was removed and she had an ileostomy, the stoma through which the stool would come out for some time. And then they connect it to the rectum later on, anus, and the patient can be normal. The ileostomy is closed. So for 1 year, she had the ileostomy and she came for an elective closure of the ileostomy. It's a completely elective procedure. It's not emergency. We plan it and we do it. So the patient doesn't have to have a stoma for the rest of their life. They become normal afterwards. So she came for an ileostomy closure. And the best surgeon in Bombay, one of the best surgeons, definitely, most experienced surgeon, did the surgery. So I was working in the gastroenterology division. They would do only belly surgeries. They specialize in that. It was done. Surgery went uneventfully. Third day, she had a leak. So we had to open her up again. And we had to again put the stoma. And then what happened was, because of all this, to do surgery, she lost weight. And the stoma that was created, she lost weight and she developed a skin fold. You know how when we lose weight in the belly, we develop a skin fold. She developed a new skin fold. And the stoma bag would not stick. And the contents of the ileum, which is small bowel, it's filled with bile and acid. It kept leaking. And it kept leaking. And we did so many things. We put different, paints, so many things we tried. Putting suction machine, different things we tried to fix that thing. But it kept leaking. And wherever it would touch the skin would burn. Like a burn patient. It's filled with acid and bile. And no matter what we did, we again did surgery to refashion the ileostomy. It didn't work. She kept losing weight. She kept developing new skin folds, and somehow it was not sticking. And now the skin was ulcerated, so even more it would not stick. You need an intact skin for it to stick. In front of my eyes, I saw her go down over a week or so. It became so bad, her entire torso and her thighs were burnt because of the acid. The skin was just gone. And she died one of the most painful deaths I have seen in my life. So when people say that there is no hell, sometimes we get to see hell, even hellish suffering, even in this world. So, but the Shastra described that, there are, in this world, there is suffering and there is enjoyment also. Both are there. So Ajamil was going to be taken like that, to face the results of his activities. 3 Yamdutas came to capture him. But he chanted, what was the last word he chanted? How many syllables are there? Narayana. Narayan. So 4 Vishnudutas came. And 3 Yamdutas came. And then there was a beautiful conversation between them. It is described in the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And basically the Vishnudutas explained to the Yamdutas that this person is sinless. So the Yamdutas said, you have made some mistake. I think you have got the wrong address. This person cannot be sinless. He has only done sin. We have the record. Chitragupta has kept a record. He is such a sinful fellow. He deserves to be punished. So they said, what sins are you talking about? So the Yamduta said, the sins that he has committed in this life. He has eaten meat, he has drunk alcohol. Wo dekho. On that windowsill, even now, there is an alcohol bottle kept. He drinks alcohol, he eats meat, he lies, he cheats, he takes people's money. He has only committed sins in this life. The Vishnudutas say, all the sins that he has committed in this life are gone. And all the sins he has committed in all his previous lives are also gone. Yamdutas say, what? Says, yes, all the sins are gone. Because he chanted the name Narayana. He chanted the name of God. Because the name of God is non-different from God. Now, is there anything that is impossible for God? So is there a limit how many sins one name of Krishna can delete? There is no limit. It's not at 100 sins per name. That means there is a limit to Krishna's power. But Krishna's power is unlimited. He's Ananta. So there is no limit. Therefore, it is said in the Shastra, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Eka Krishna Nama Kare Sarva Papakshay. One Krishna Nam can finish off all the sins. So Ajamil was completely sinless. And then the Yamdutas went away. Ajamil was free. And the Vishnudutas also disappeared. And then Ajamil got 12 more years. He was how old? 88. He got 12 more years. And he went to Haridwar and did bhajan there. He chanted the names of Narayan for 12 years with the sadhus. And at the age of 100, again those 4 Vishnudutas came. His body died and he was taken to Vaikuntha. Ajamil. This is because of... So the point I was trying to make is, when Ajamil had gone to the forest as a young boy, when he met those 2 people who were bad company and he got spoiled, when he saw those 2 people, drinking alcohol and doing all those things, Ajamil, he said, no, this is very wrong what they are doing. I don't want to become like them. Bhagavatam describes. And he chanted certain mantras which he had learned from his father to get that strength to control himself. It is described. He tried to control himself, but he could not. The temptations took over. Now, does this happen in life? Sometimes you are faced in a situation and we know what is right, what is wrong. Our conscience tells us, but we don't have the strength to make the right choice. Have you ever experienced that? The temptations are too strong. And even though we don't want, we do something that is wrong. That is what Bhagavatam is teaching us. This strength to put our foot down and say no to the temptations comes from chanting the holy names of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the take-home message is, what was the first take-home message? That we have to consciously make a choice of connecting to mode of goodness. Okay? Second take-home message is, how do we get the strength to make the right choice in life? Because there are 2 things, Sumati and Kumati. Sumati and Kumati. The native Indians, in their culture, they say that there are 2 dogs inside us. How many dogs? 2 dogs. Where are they? In the heart. They're in the heart. One dog is a good dog. The second dog is a bad dog. You'll remember this? Inside all of us, there are 2 dogs. 2 pet dogs. Okay? You have pets at home? No? But imagine, everybody has 2 pets inside. Okay? We are all dog owners. We have 2 dogs. All of us. Good dog and bad dog. Okay? The good dog is called Sumati. What is the good dog called? And the bad dog is called Kumati. Sumati means good intelligence. Kumati means bad intelligence. The bad dog tells us to lie. The bad dog tells us to cheat. The bad dog tells us to hurt others. The bad dog tells us to be greedy. The bad dog tells us to be lazy. The good dog tells us to be honest. The good dog tells us to be truthful. What is the difference between honesty and integrity? What is the difference between honesty, truthfulness, and integrity?
Integrity is keeping up the honesty and
Very good, very good. So honesty or truthfulness means to speak the truth. Like you asked me that Did you wake up in the morning today to chant your rounds? And I say, Prabhuji, honestly, no. I overslept today. Sorry. That is called honesty. And integrity means even if nobody is asking, even if nobody is watching, we are alone, still doing what we are supposed to do. To wake up early and chant. That is called integrity. Truthfulness means when we are confronted, when we are asked to give the right answer, that is truthfulness. Integrity means even when nobody is watching, nobody is asking, to do what we are supposed to do. Okay? So the good dog tells us to live a life of truthfulness, honesty, integrity, be caring and compassionate to others, being empathetic, being mindful of their feelings, being sensitive, being charitable. That is Sumati. That is a good dog. Now, every time we listen to the bad dog tells us lie. And we lie. We are feeding the bad dog. We are giving a biscuit to that bad dog. What will happen to the bad dog? He'll get stronger, bigger, bigger, bigger. Every time we listen to the Sumati, the good dog, and the good dog tells us, speak the truth, be a good person, don't speed, stop at the red sign, stop at the stop sign, give right of way to people. We listen, then the good dog becomes stronger and stronger. And the bad dog becomes weaker and weaker. If we feed the good dog will become strong. If we feed the bad dog within us, the bad dog will become strong. If the bad dog becomes strong, later on it will be very difficult for us to make the right choice. Because the bad dog is going to bark and bark and bark and bark and make us listen to him. So what do we have to do? We have to make the good dog strong. We have to make our Sumati strong. We have to make our Vivek Buddhi strong. That is a second take-home message. And that strength comes from Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chanting Hare Krishna, reading Bhagavad Gītā, associating and hearing from the sadhus is like giving doodh biscuit roti to the good dog and starving the bad dog. It is good to starve the bad dog. It is our duty to starve the bad dog, because bhajan means to make the bad dog so weak that the bad dog goes away. He finds another owner, goes away. Okay? So every time we are faced with a choice, the two dogs will bark. One dog will say, make the good choice, Sumati. Kumati will tell us, make the wrong choice. It's okay. Kali Yug hai. You have to survive. Survival of the fittest. Come on, do it. But the good dog will say, you do what is right. Krishna will be pleased. Don't look for short-term benefits. Look for long-term benefit.
This story from Bhagavatam that you talked about Ajamil, right? That he was a sinner and he did all bad things. In the end, he basically took Narayan's name and everything got
Solved.
All his sins were wiped away.
Wiped away.
I mean, it is a little disconcerting because, in this life, if people say, hey, I can do whatever I want, I will chant Krishna's name and everything will get, solved for me. I mean, how do you explain that?
Yeah. It is like this. If a 16-year-old child gets a new driving license permit and starts driving and gets a ticket for speeding, and the cops come and you get called as a father and you go there, you said, I'm really sorry he did this, I'll make sure I'll put him back in driving school, he'll do a defensive driving course, and we will pay the fees and everything, fine. I'll pay, because the 16-year-old has no money. He's a student, he has no money. So you pay the fine on his behalf, you pay for the defensive driving course, you get him certified, you get the points taken off his license, and you save him. And you tell him that next time don't do this. This time I took care of you, but next time don't do this, okay? A good child will say, Daddy, I promise you, I made a mistake, but now I will follow the rules. I will be a defensive driver. That's a good child. A child who is listening to Kumati will say, my father saved me from this. Father will save me from DUI also. Father will save me from super speeder ticket also. Father has a lot of money. So what can be said? So from this Ajamil story, what we need to learn is, even a sinful person like Ajamil got delivered. So if I don't sin and I chant the names of Krishna, I chant the names of Narayan, then how much I will be benefited. So it is called Kaumuti Nyaya. Means Kim Uta. If a sinful person can get delivered, then how much more a sinless person will get benefit. Kim Uta. It's called Kaumuti Nyaya. कि इतना पापी अगर बच गया तो अगर कोई पाप नहीं करेगा और भगवान का भजन करेगा तो कितना उसका उद्धार होगा. So that's how we should think. We should not think that, oh, father ने बचा लिया, he paid the fine, got the points taken off my license record, so I will break more laws now. That is not. Then if we do that, then we will suffer. Because
No, that's why I wanted to.
That's a fantastic question.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the story can be misunderstood.
Exactly. I didn't want that.
Yeah. We don't want to take undue advantage of our father, Krishna, who is so merciful. Kimuta. So.
One thing his wife, I believe she was the second woman, right? He left his first wife.
Yes.
Like, she was the wife.
Second wife. Yeah.
A prostitute.
Yeah. Because of the kids are there. Yeah. So like that. Still, he got saved.
Then there was another story, right, that we told last time about Bharat Maharaj, who became a deer.
Hmm.
He did so much tapasya, he did everything. Just because he got attached to deer, he got a life of a deer. Then, and this person did so much sinful, and then he got taken away by Vishnu. So
Yeah. So I will reconcile. In our Shastra, there are different stories which teach us different lessons. Bharat Maharaj becoming a deer, even though he was a great devotee, teaches us that on the path of bhakti, we have to be careful. Like Prabhupada will write in the next purport, there can be accidents even on the royal road. Yes, there are some countries where the roads are not very safe. There is no yellow line. It's a two-way traffic even on highway. And there are people don't wear seat belts. So the traffic mortality rate is very high. Agree? US has got good cars. Everybody has to have a driver's license. The roads are good. There is light. There are yellow lines. Everything is clear. People have to stop for the school bus. Everything is in place. Ideally, if everyone followed the rules, there should be zero accidents. Correct? But still in the state of Georgia itself, around 1,400 to 1,500 people die just in this one state. We see now on I-70 they put by September, so many people have died. And every year, if you look at the statistics, around 1,400 to 1,500 people only in the state of Georgia, not injured, die in road accident. That's a lot. That's more than 100 people every month. In just this once, 100 people every month die from road accidents. Statistically, more people have died in road accidents than World War I and II combined. Seriously, it's a fact. So the point is, in some developing country, the road traffic situation may be horrible and a lot of people die. In America, it is comparatively nicer. But does it mean people don't die in America? Accidents do happen and many people die in America also in road accidents. So Prabhupada says even on royal roads, accidents happen. They may be less, but they do happen. So Bharat Maharaj teaches us that bhakti is a royal road. If you follow nicely, zero accident. But still some accidents will happen. Bharat Maharaj got attracted to a pet, a deer, and neglected his bhajan. So he teaches us that you may be a bhakta, don't take it lightly. I'll tell you a story. There was one Babaji, he had a dadi, very nice story. Babaji with nice dadi, he used to do bhajan in Vrindavan. And there was, one family, they lived near Yamuna and they had some bakri, goat, pet goat. And goat also have beard, right? So they had one little boy in that house who used to play with those goats. And this Baba would go every day for Yamuna Snan to take bath in the river Yamuna. So whenever the Baba would go in front of their house, he would tease the Baba. Baba, aapki daadi achhi ki mere bakre ki daadi achhi? Is your beard better or my goat's beard is better? Tell me. And the Baba would not respond. The Baba would not say anything. He would just go go take his bath, and he would go. This happened for a long time. He kept teasing. Now this Baba became very old. Every day he used to chant 3 lakh names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. All his life he did bhajan, left a very pure life as a brahmachari. And finally, at an advanced stage, when he was about to die, he was on his deathbed, about to die. He told one of his disciples, go and call that boy who teases me every morning. कि आपकी दाढ़ी अच्छी कि मेरे बकरे की दाढ़ी अच्छी? He compares my beard to the beard of the goat and asks whose beard is better. And I have never replied to him. Go and call that boy. So they called that boy. And the sadhu told the boy that, Bacha, my daddy is genuine. My daddy is good. So that boy said, you could have told me this years ago. Why you didn't say that time? Now you're telling me. Baba said, because that time I was still alive and I could have made mistakes. So I could not say. But now I'm about to die. In few moments, I'll be gone. Now there is no chance that I will commit a sin. So now I can say that Meri Dadi Achi. Okay, I was able to maintain the dignity of this Dadi. I was able to maintain the dignity, integrity of a sadhu. Now I'm about to die. So I'm just telling you that. So like that, Bharat Maharaj, he was very advanced, but till the very end, we can fall. Prabhupada writes, it is possible to slip till the very end. So this is the lesson that Bharat Maharaj teaches, that path of bhakti is great, but don't get negligent. Don't be complacent. Be careful. Accidents happen even on royal roads. Understood this one lesson? Now the second lesson of Bharat Maharaj is, even if there is accident, there is zero mortality rate on the path of bhakti. Neha vikramanashosti pratyavayana vidyate. Swalpamapyasa dharmasya trayate mahato bhaya. Even if there is a slip, even if there is a fall on the path of bhakti, avashya rakshibe Krishna. Krishna will definitely protect. Bharat Maharaj was protected. Yes, he became a deer, but he became a deer with full memory of his previous life. We have never seen a deer like that. He became a deer who never got married to a female deer. He stayed in the ashram of the sadhus and ate their uchishta. Whatever they used to eat and throw, he used to eat only that. Never went to the herd. Never had any female deers with him. He remained a brahmachari even as a deer. And in his next life, he became a Mahabhagavad Jada Bharat and then went to Vaikuntha. So did he really fall down? No. His going back to Vaikuntha only got delayed by 2 births because of that negligence. But so it's like you take a wrong exit. Rerouting, it will bring you back. You will be delayed by 5 minutes. But that is the path of bhakti. That is the path of bhakti. But the path of bhukti, bhogna, the path of material enjoyment is like going in the opposite direction. You will never get Krishna. Shishnudara parayana, Krishna nahi paye. Like that. So these are the 2 lessons that Bharat Maharaj teaches. Now Ajamil is teaching some other lesson, that even if you are sinful, it is not that you are without hope. In bhakti, nobody at any time is without hope. I repeat, in bhakti, there is no one. The most sinful, offensive person also has hope, if he takes shelter of Krishna. If that person gives up a sinful activity. Ajamil gave up. It's not that by chanting accidentally Narayan, Ajamil straight went to Vaikuntha. 12 years as an old man, he lived in a cold place, Haridwar, taking bath in the ice cold water of Ganga, doing bhajan with the sadhus for 12 years. Hare Krishna. For 12 years, he did bhajan. Then he went to Vaikuntha. Not without bhajan. Milahina Raghupati Bina Anuraga Koti Janma Japa Tapa Vairaga. Without bhajan, without developing love for Krishna, one cannot get Krishna. Bhagavatam describes towards the end of the 12 years, he had become such an advanced devotee. When he would chant the name of Hari, tears would come from his eyes, his hair would stand on end, his voice would choke up. He had become such a Bhagavad Premi, such a Krishna Premi he had become by doing bhajan. So Ajamil also did not get Krishna without bhajan. He was saved from a calamity by chanting Narayan to teach us that this is the power of Krishna's name. Accidentally, if you take, I'll tell a story, a true story from Narsimha Puran. There was a Muslim. So don't think that Islam is just 1,000 years old. No. In every Kali Yuga, these religions are there. Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, they come. So because in Narasimha Puran this story is there. Listen to this verse, very beautiful verse. Damstri damstrahato mlecho harameti punah punah uktopi muktim apnoti kim punah shraddhayan grinam. Have you heard about haram? There is halal and there is haram. Haram word is there in Narasimha Puran. Listen to this verse. This is the verse. Damstri damstra hato mlecho. A mlecha, a meat eater, a Muslim fellow, was answering nature's call in a forest, sitting. And a wild boar, damstri, attacked him. Wild boar attacked. The wild boar sometimes can be very ferocious. They have those tusks and they can just gore you to death. They're pretty powerful, the big wild boar. So wild boar attacked, and pigs are considered very abominable in the Islam religion. Correct? Pigs are very abominable in Islam. They don't eat pork, never. So this is a wild boar, a pig attacking him and touching him. According to them, is haram. It is not something you touch and associate with. So the Muslim was disgusted that this wild boar is touching him and attacking him. He said, haram, haram, go away, you haram, haram, haram. Prabhu Ram, sitting in Ayodhya, he's saying haram, haram. He's calling my name. Gave full credit and took him back home, back to Godhead. Vaikuntha. Narasimha Puran says, Damstri damstrahato mlecho. Mlecha means the Muslim meat eater. He was being killed by a wild boar. Harameti punah punah. Again and again he was saying, haram, 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 haram. Uktopi. As soon as you said that, muktima apnoti. He got mukti. Kim punah shraddhayan grinan. What to speak of people who with shraddha say, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol. So what are the two lessons we learned? We have to consciously make a choice to do the right things in life according to Bhagavad Gītā. According to the law of the land, even drinking alcohol is legal. Even so many things. Meat eating is legal. Beef eating is legal. Abortion is legal. We have to follow Tasmad Shastram Pramanante. We have to follow the rules given by Krishna in the Shastra. That is most important. So we should follow what Krishna says, make the right choice, be in the mode of goodness. And number two, the strength to make the right choice, the strength to feed the good dog and starve the bad dog comes from chanting Hare Krishna. If you want to drive your car, which car do you drive?
A good car.
You drive a good car. What is the name of your car? Make and model, please. License and registration, please. What is the make and model of your car? Which car did you come here in? Palisade. Okay. Daddy drives a Palisade. Huh? Mama drives a Toyota. I saw Mama in Corolla. Toyota Camry. Yeah? Something like that. Last time. When she had come to Jagannath Krishna Prabhu's house. Okay. So if you want to drive your Palisade, don't drive till you get your license. But if daddy wants to drive the Palisade, he has to put something in the car. What is that? Okay, yes. Some liquid has to put some fuel. Yes. The fuel powers the car, right? The fuel powers the car. So what is the fuel to power our bhakti? Chanting. Chanting the name. In Kali Yuga, only the name of Krishna works. Harer Nam, eva kevalam, kalau nastyeva gatiranyatha. Shastra says in Kali Yuga nothing else works. Only Harinam. Will rupee work in America? How about euro? How about ruble? Bilkul nahi. The Russian hai. US dollar. Correct? वैसे ही कलयुग में हर युग में अलग अलग धर्म है. तृतीयाध्यायतो विष्णुम त्रेतायाम यतो मखै द्वापरे परिचर्यायाम कलौ तद हरि कीर्तनाद. इन सत्ययुग मेडिटेशन, इन त्रेतायुग यज्ञ. भगवान रामचंद्र performed 11 अश्वमेध यज्ञs. देन द्वापर युग अर्चना, भगवान के श्री विग्रह की अर्चना सेवा करना मंदिर में जाकर. कलौ तद हरि कीर्तन. इन कलयुग just chanting the name of Hari. Hari bol. So every yug has its prescribed medicine. Like diabetes, you will give insulin. Blood pressure, you will give amlodipine. Some infection, you will give ciprofloxacin. Every disease has a different prescription, treatment. Every yuga has a different prescription. Prescription for us in Kali Yuga is Harinam, chanting the name. So today, everybody please promise me. Because we saw, to make the right choice, the bal, the strength comes from Harinam. All of you will take Harinam Aushadhi from today. Give me 7 to 8 minutes every day. Okay? Not you. You have to chant 16 rounds. I know you are chanting already. But those who are not, let's start from today. Because yesterday was Nandotsav. Day before yesterday was Janmashtami. And today is Naam Utsav. We'll take vrat that we are going to chant Naam, Harinam from today. Okay? So if you are chanting 1 round, let's do 2 rounds. If you are chanting 4 rounds, let's do 5 rounds. So give me 7 minutes every day in the morning. After bath, you sit down like this, cross-legged on asan, and for 7 minutes you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This speed, not fast, not too slow, pronouncing every name properly and hearing it with the ears and praying to Krishna and Radharani that please मेरे हृदय को शुद्ध कीजिए. Please purify my heart और मुझे आपकी शुद्ध भक्ति दीजिए. Please give me pure loving devotion towards you. I want to become a devotee. I want to make the right choices in this world. I want to do contribute positively in this society. Make a positive contribution in the society. Please make me your pure devotee. Just pray like this and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Right now, right here, all of us will sit like this with a straight back. For 5 minutes, we will chant together. Focus on the names. There are 16 names. One name saved Ajamil. Narayana. There are 16 names. Narayan has 4 syllables. Hare Krishna Mahamantra has 32 syllables. How many Vishnudutas will come? So chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Especially for Kali Yuga, the prescription is Iti Shodashakam Namnam Kali Kalmashanashanam Natha Paratarapaya Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. In Kali Yuga, the 16 name Hare Shodashakam Namnam. Shodashaka means 16. For Kali Yuga, this is prescribed. This Mahamantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, there are 16 names. 8 names of Radharani, 8 names of Krishna. Hare Krishna, so Hara is the name of Radharani. जो हरि के मन को हर लेती है वो है हरा, राधा. ठीक है? तो जब संबोधन करके पुकारते हैं in vocative it becomes हरे, हरा becomes हरे, like राधा becomes राधे. So हरा is हरे, राधा रानी का नाम है. Krishna is Krishna and Ram is Hare Ram is Radha Raman. जो राधा रानी के साथ रमन करते हैं वे. So Hare Ram is Radha Raman, कृष्ण का ही नाम है, और हरे कृष्ण is राधे कृष्ण. हरे राम इज राधा रमन. ठीक है? तो ये राधा कृष्ण के नाम का 16 नाम का ये 32 अक्षर का महामंत्र है. इसे जापने के लिए कोई दीक्षा, पुरस्चर्या किसी की अपेक्षा नहीं है, कोई आवश्यकता नहीं है. कोई भी जप कर सकता है. इसे मन में करो, जोर से उच्चारण करके करो. कोई इसकी विधि नहीं है, कोई निषेध नहीं है. ठीक है? So 5 minutes we'll all chant together and you will experience right now something special. I promise you. Right now you will experience something special. Straight back, cross-legged. Don't think of anything. Just look at Radha Krishna. एक बार देख लो राधा कृष्ण को. दोनों राधा और कृष्ण अपने चरण कमलों के दर्शन दे रहे हैं. You can see the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Look at Radha and Krishna and then focus on that lotus feet. चरण कमलों का ध्यान कीजिए और प्रार्थना कीजिए. मेरे बाद में रिपीट कीजिए. My dear Radha and Krishna, please purify me. Please give me good intelligence and make me your pure devotee. I am not asking you for anything material. I only want to become your devotee. Please engage me in your loving service. Okay. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Panch Tattva ki jai. Okay, now let's start. 5 minutes we'll chant, okay? Together, just hear attentively and keep this prayer in your heart and keep your meditation on the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Ready? Everybody's ready? Say Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Last time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Haribo. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here. Now we'll quickly go around and everybody please share something that you learned, something that you liked, something that you will implement, some reflection from today's discussion. Ayansh Prabhu. You'll go last. Humble devotee. Sia. Radhe Radhe. Okay, Sia also will go later. Mithleshwari Mataji. Hare Krishna.
The entire class was very interesting, very beautiful. Whatever I explained, it shows Krishna is very merciful, and how through different stories in Srimad Bhagavatam, different examples of devotees, Krishna shows that I'm always there to protect you. Whatever way you go, if you have really want me, then I'll protect you. Like in case of Ajamil, he was helping his parents, and he was doing some bhakti also that time.
In childhood.
But yeah, but then he got diverted, and Krishna is still he's so merciful. He gives us a lot of choices, a lot of ways to come back to his path. And in the case of Bharat Maharaj, same thing. He was doing bhakti. He wanted Krishna, so Krishna protected him. Even though through various examples, it was so nice that Krishna is always there.
Krishna is always there.
And if we really keep that faith, and if we want Krishna, then he.
Jai. Krishna is always there for us. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, that part where by default we choose ignorant route, it's very default. So how do we overcome that? That really was so important, I felt, because we keep trying until the right becomes the default. That was very, very.
What we discussed was, because we have made so many wrong choices in so many lifetimes, and in this lifetime also, our default setting is to make the wrong choice many times. So we have to consciously make an effort and make the right. Life is a series of choices, and we have to learn to make the right choice. Then it becomes a habit to make the right choice. Okay.
That helps, I think, in every decision that we make, every choice that we make.
Yes. Thank you. I'm glad you came. You were tentative, but still you came. Thank you. Now I'll give a homework to all of you. Based on, yes. There is a drama on YouTube called Me and My Mind. I want all of you to watch that. Me and My Mind. It's a pantomime drama. There is no dialogue. It's just actions. Me and My Mind. Just if you type Me and My Mind, you will see two devotees performing the drama. Please dekho so. Bahut acha drama hai. It's about what you just shared. How the default setting is mode of passion and ignorance, Rajogun, Tamogun, but we have to make Sattvagun as our default setting by consciously making that choice. Thank you, Asha Mataji. Hare Krishna. Beta, you want to share something? Make sure you tell Mama to show you the drama, okay? Me and My Mind.
She'll make me watch it.
Okay. You want to share something quickly? You should always stay healthy. In Bhagavad Gītā, Krishna says, Rasoham apsu kaunteya. She's saying, don't artificially repress your. Stop. Nigraha kim karishadi. Yes, Revati Mataji. Good. That's a good reflection. Especially in the summer, keep hydrated. Yes. Hare Krishna.
But I really love the point that first we have to admit that we have a problem, right? Then we need to ask for the help. And then we have to believe that someone with the higher hope will be, the Lord Krishna will be looking at it. So, oftentimes, like at least I'm talking from myself, like you have my ego is at the peak. Like I won't admit that I have a problem, right? That itself is a problem. Not admitting itself is a problem. These are the key points. And I really love consciously we have to make the choice of the right thing, be in the mode of goodness and by, I mean, like by good chanting.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you.
And I loved all the various examples you quoted from various. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Divya Mataji.
Then I've also felt in my, so my experience that charging the holy name to make the right choices. Yeah, that was, I could
You
relate.
get the good intelligence by chanting the holy name. You want to share something? Never too late to change. Very good. That is a very good point. It's never too late. In bhakti, it's never too late. Okay. Yes, Mataji, you want to share something? Yes.
First of all, thanks for your stories and for your knowledge, for your sharing knowledge with all of us. I like these things like ignorance, goodness.
Passion, ignorance, goodness.
So we always live in this material world, thinking where to go, what choice to pick up. So when we are in the bhakti mark, maybe Krishna will help definitely to make a good choices and to acquire more goodness within yourself.
Yes.
Over rest of the ignorance and knowledge.
Nice. Good point. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, Mataji.
Today, one thing I will apply in my everyday life is, okay. Second one, the good dog and bad. I really love it. So every situation we come across, there's something in us to tell you to do good. There's something in us to help you. So I will consciously make an effort to do the good.
That way we feed the Sumati. We feed the good dog and the bad dog becomes. Now, when you feed the good dog, the bad dog gets angry. And the bad dog starts barking and howling. Do it, do it, do it. You should not listen. Ignore. Just ignore. Let it bark. But don't feed. Feed the good dog. Then the good dog will scare away the bad dog. Like that. Right now, our good dog is very weak. He's a Pomeranian. And the bad dog is a German Shepherd. So, but let it get weak and let the good dog get strong.
And with your story about the devotee who made sense.
Ajamil.
Said Narayana. I recalled my grandfather and grandmother while they were like sleeping every night. They used to say Narayana and sleep. So I recall their memory. Thanks for it.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
For their memory of like chanting that Narayana word.
Hare Krishna.
And today, even when I sleep, when I go to bed, I say, out of my tiredness is Bhagavan Thuda. I mean, that's in our Telugu, that's Bhagavan. My children, Mama, every time you say Bhagavan Thuda, why? I don't have any answer, but today I'll tell the story to continue.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yes, Madhavi.
So I have been tired very much. And I like that very much when you said that there is no accident, there is no even if there are accidents on the royal road even, then there is no mortality rate.
Yes.
He is the royal road.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. In Bhakti, there is always hope. Yes. Aparna Mataji.
The same as Tina said, Kumati and Sumati, I call them Tenpo and Bantu. So
And yeah, I have to be, one. Chintu is very naughty and Bantu is little, but tame also. So they will that is the one where I feel like
But you're waking up every day.
that, but I want to make the changes. It's the basic point where you can start and make changes and,
Yeah.
something will happen.
Yeah. So every day between 4:30 and 6:30, we come on Zoom, this same Zoom link, I can share, and we chant. If you all want, you can come for 5 minutes, 10 minutes and chant with us like that, if you want. Okay. Thank you. Yes, so you shared that. Chantu Bantu. Sumati Kumati. Hare Krishna. जी, आप लोग हो ना ग्रुप में? I'll share on that group, Zoom link. Yes, Mataji. Yes, you.
Two things. Honesty and integrity, the difference between the two and the way I was relating to myself. We try to do good thing by thinking we are saying, I'll give an example. We see somebody being bullied in some ways. It happens at work also. It's not directly done, but it's indirectly done. And you in your heart, you say, oh, that was not nice. It was a bad thing. You even share it with your colleagues. What happened was not nice. You are being honest about that situation that, well, that was not good. But integrity comes when we stand up for the person. And that's how I am relating to it. What is the difference between honesty and admitting is one thing. But if you don't stand up for things, that is where the integrity comes in. That's how I was relating it to the situation.
Very nice.
Yeah.
No, next time you remind, I will tell you a story about integrity.
Okay.
But please go ahead.
And the second thing is we are creature of habits. And that habit, it becomes a habit when we repetitively do something. And I think consciously trying to do something to feed Sumati hopefully will bring some change. And I feel like this coming here, this sitting and listening, probably already I'm feeling to Sumati. Is how I feel.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
And thank you for your time.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I just come in to listen so that my kids have some Gītā. He was just a happy child today to come, but I forced him and I hope I want to be.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, beta. Well, can you introduce yourself also? Because first time you are meeting. Nice meeting you, Kashish. Hare Krishna.
One thing I liked was the two dogs in your heart. We always have to be Sumati.
Yes.
Get over the temptation that we have to be some kind of mental satisfaction that over time becomes like a habit to listen to the goodness in our hearts.
Yeah.
And so we can overcome the bad thoughts and because it becomes a default that we do good.
Yes. Then the good becomes the habit. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, beta. You want to introduce yourself? Shlok. Very nice. Thank you. I like Shlok. Hare Krishna. Sal? What are they? Goodness, passion, and ignorance. Yes. And which is the mode where we have to connect? Which is the Wi-Fi which we have to connect? There are three Wi-Fi. Goodness, passion, and ignorance. Which Wi-Fi we should connect? Goodness. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Mataji. Hare Krishna.
You told the story of Ajahn. I kind of watching myself as a jiva. We are no different one Ajahn. If it comes to that, because when he was young, he had all those good qualities. He was following his mother, but by following the wrong company, he went wrong thing. So over the like kind of so many lives we have kind of wrong things. But unknowingly also he was calling his son, which was God's name, and God's name get the glory of purifying his sins,
Yes.
which made him do that extensive bhakti afterwards. So it is the same thing. It's like, even if right now we don't have that much zeal of chanting or something, still we should force ourselves, kind of do it. It will purify our heart and it will make us into, take us into the true bhakti of Radha and Krishna. That is one thing. Second thing, before cars would not have GPS. Now cars, they are by default, all cars have it. Our job is to follow GPS. Even if the GPS running and if you don't follow, just like the definition you gave by American economy.
Guru Parampara system.
If you don't follow it, you will wind up going to ISKCON.
Correct.
You won't reach coming.
Correct.
So it's a kind of, I like
Yeah.
that.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you. Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Every session is enlightening. Every session we come to that we have been coming for since April started. Every session is very enlightening. I think today is also, I think everybody has said has covered most of the topics that you mentioned. But one of the things that really stuck to me was the consciousness. So again, say the good dog, right, or Kumati Sumati, if you think about it, always make conscious decision in the mode of goodness. There are choices that you have, but always keep the consciousness in, and always choose the rightness in the mode of goodness.
Yeah. So these three modes now, mode of ignorance, passion, and goodness, they have their qualities. Ignorance leads to destruction. If there is any organization and there is mode of ignorance, it will destroy the organization. Passion creates. Like if I want to start some entrepreneurs, when they start up, that is passion. They have some idea, they do something, and boom, you enter the market and that entrepreneurship is mode of passion. It creates. So passion creates. Ignorance destroys. And goodness maintains. So there is Shrishti, Sthiti, Pralay. Shrishti means creation, Sthiti means maintenance, and Pralay means destruction. So, for example, Kuru dynasty, it was created, by fighting wars and, conquering more land. And it was maintained by nice personalities like Bhishma Dev. They maintained for so many generations, Shantanu Maharaj. And then Duryodhan, Dushyasan, and by listening to Shakuni, and then Dhritarashtra, it was destroyed. So when there is ignorance, there is destruction. So ignorance is, the hallmark of ignorance is doing something that is wicked, evil, sinful, violent, something that lacks compassion, lacks empathy, hurting others, being lazy. That's ignorance. Passion means wanting to create something, wanting greed, more money, more profit, growth. I want to expand. How these big hospitals, they buy smaller hospitals. That's all mode of passion. To grow, more profits. I want this. That's mode of passion. And ignorance, we saw. Ignorance causes destruction. Passion causes creation, but also greed. And goodness means to see others happy, to be satisfied, to be truthful, to be simple, to be non-violent, to harmonize. That is mode of goodness. And every day, there is 24 hours, and even the day is made up of predominantly certain modes of nature. For example, early in the morning, Brahma Muhurta, before sunrise, there is a Brahma Muhurta from 4:30 to 6:30. That's why we chant on Zoom at that time. That is called Brahma Muhurta. At that time, mode of goodness is predominant. You wake up at 4:15 and 4:30 to 6:30, before the sun rises, it is mode of goodness. So spiritual practices are very easy to perform. It's like going on cruise control, no traffic on a highway. After that, what happens? Kids have to go to school. We have to go to office. Our to-do list starts. I have to do this. I have to do that. आज ये meeting, आज ये करना है, वो करना है, अरे ये bill pay करना है, इधर जाना है, उधर जाना. All those to do, I have to do this, I have to do that. Those thoughts, that's mode of passion. So 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, mode of passion is predominant in the air, in the atmosphere. And at night, mode of ignorance is predominant. Now, after 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, mode of ignorance, where we feel lazy, we feel sleepy. People do crime, maximum crime, shootouts, they have drug deals, they happen at night because mode of ignorance. So you see how every day, even the day is divided into different modes. Early morning, mode of goodness. In the daytime, 9 to 5, mode of passion. After that, mode of ignorance, where people come, they watch a game while drinking beer, or they will, have a steak party at night, or they will watch Netflix at night, binge watching, go for parties at night. That's all mode of ignorance. So a spiritualist sleeps when mode of ignorance is predominant, wakes up when mode of goodness is there, and works when mode of passion is there. So a devotee takes advantage of all this. Mode of ignorance means laziness. Okay, I'll sleep. So at night they sleep. They don't keep awake at night. Keeping awake at night is called nishachar. In Ramayana, Ravan is called nishachar. जो रात को निशा means रात्रि. जो रात को घूमते हैं उन्हें निशाचर कहते हैं. So therefore we should sleep at night. Early morning we should wake up, do spiritual practices when mode of goodness is predominant and mode of passion is there, we work. Like that we should do. So thank you. Hare Krishna, please.
Hare Krishna. I think the thing is consciously make the right choice. So it is simple word, but it is very difficult to follow.
Yes.
So this is something that we have to practice every day. आपको गुस्सा आता है, कुछ कह देते हो, but if you are conscious enough not to say anything, that is the conscious. So these are small things that you have to apply this basic logic of consciousness in the right side. I think it's a part of Bhakti. It is Bhakti.
Yes.
To make that.
Thank you.
Consciously doing it in the present is more, I think that is more difficult. We, on the hindsight, we say, okay, why did I scold? I should not have scolded. It was simple thing, I should have let go of it or something like that. But being conscious in the present, okay, what am I going to say right now? I think that is very difficult, and that's something that I will try to follow. I will try to inculcate. It's
Correct.
difficult.
Thank you. Yes, beta.
So, with the two stories about one about Bharat Maharaj, where he was already at the very advanced level, and then one like tiny thing that he just went back up. And then the one about
Ajamil.
yeah, he was down here, and then after 12 years he went up. So if you think about it, both of the stories are like almost the same, but they're different. It's a different story.
Yeah.
But the only thing that mattered is who they were when they did go to the government. Like who they were, like not who they were, but who they are.
Yeah. So I like the way he showed the graph. Did you see? He said Bharat Maharaj was like this, a little slip, and then like this, and Ajamil was like this and like this. Nice. Haribol. The graphs make it more visual and easy to understand. Yeah. He'll become a CEO. The spiritual graph, Bharat Maharaj, you went like this. Ajamil, you went like this. Yes, beta. Can you introduce yourself also? Netek? You go by Nate? I'll call you Nek because तुम बहुत नेक बच्चे हो. Nek means good.
Yeah, honest about it.
Yeah.
The dog.
Sumati and Kumati. Yes. That's the spirit. Good. Yes, beta.
So I thought that there will be lots of temptations in life, but the only way to overcome them is meditating on Lord Krishna.
Yes, yes, yes. Nam. Nambal. All the strength comes from the name of God. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, we both are like pet owners, and he feels that there are no bad dogs. I beg to differ. I don't like fixed rules. So
Yeah.
we have a cocker spaniel, the blue dog, the hamster. We will feed the cocker spaniel.
So they're just strong, they're just touching nice.
Not just like, kidding.
It's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feed the good dog.
Feed the good dog.
Solve Prabhu.
Right.
Hare Krishna. Please solve the problem of this material world.
You can call me suggest.
So just yes.
Prabhu Chain.
Hare Krishna.
So, Prabhu, thank you very much for allowing me to come here. And,
Hare Krishna.
see this, the whole day we work with, our managers, workers, and becoming some kind more of passion. And it is so grateful that when we come in, the association of devotees, Ādi Gadādhara, we automatically immediately bring into the, mode of goodness. So, think about it, just the 1 hour of association, it can change you from the whole way of staying in the mode of action into the goodness. So similarly, in our day-to-day life, we will having so many friends following different practices, probably not necessarily the spiritual practices. But when we associate with this type of people more and more, we get into more of passion, and that can result into only anxiety in our life. I mean, we have enough in our life, we don't need anxiety. Only the way to stay in mode of goodness all the time is stay in association with the same people, in devotees. So, I try to avoid as much as possible the people who are not like-minded, mostly following some bhakti. So I think that would be really good if all of us can stay in the position of devotee. We can be a lot of time in the United States. So many nice kathas by many nice people. We can listen a couple of hours in the morning after chanting. And then for the rest of the day, we can stay in mode of goodness. But thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you. Thank you for that reflection. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Our good fortune that you came. Hare Krishna.
I like the really like how we have to constantly and consciously make the good choices to condition our mind. How difficult it is like to accept that we have a problem and then seek for help and then seek for God's ultimate help and then the honesty and integrity. I can relate sometimes like when everybody sees like a good person, but in moments all the demons come out. When I'm alone, like so many things I can relate.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Krishna is always watching us. We are never alone. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you for that. For me also.
Also like the difference you told about Tyaga and Vairagya.
Tyag and Vairagya. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So 2 things. My mother had a knee replacement surgery. So I'm going to my native place, Ola, on Monday. So next Friday, I will not be there. So there will be no class next Friday. But the Friday after that, we'll meet again. Okay. So, Friday ko Radhashtami hai? Acha. Friday is Radhashtami. Okay. So then you'll come to the temple if possible. Okay? All of you. So next Friday, there will be no meeting. The Friday after that, also no meeting. The Friday after that, I'm in Richmond. So there will be no meeting. So 3 Fridays, there will be no meeting. Then after that, we'll continue. Okay? So, and the second thing is, my request is all the bachas, all the kids, if you can sit in front next time, that will be very nice. So I can make it more interactive for you all.
Yes, please.
Okay? So all the kiddies can sit in front next time.
Yeah, I want.
Oh, you want backrest? You can sit here. I saw you. I saw you. Okay. Sol, that's a good plan, right? Making all the kids sit in front. So I can pick on them. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.